Namaste everyone, myself Shulav Shrestha. I'm a fellow member of ACCA. I got my membership back in 2012. So I was a student of National College of Accountancy as well. Currently I'm engaged as Deputy CEO at Mega Stock Markets Limited and as a faculty for financial management paper here in NCA, as well as visiting faculty for investment banking paper and financial paper in Kathmandu University School of Management. So I did my 10+2 in science, and then I felt like I'm not a student built for science. So then I thought of doing accounting. So as a student who never did accounting, I found out about ACCA and its global qualification, its flexibility and its reputation worldwide. So that encouraged me to do an ACCA. Then I came to Kathmandu and found out about NCA. So I enrolled into NCA for ACCA papers. So 3 years down the line, I completed my ACCA as well as completed my practical experience requirement. And then I got my membership in 2012. So it was a journey that I thought of pursuing based on the qualification, based on the global requirement, and based on the accounting as a profession was a big profession then. So I think that motivated me to continue my journey as an ACCA. And I think it has been, looking back into time, I think it has been a wonderful journey that I've been able to achieve, and I'm quite satisfied and totally happy that I chose ACCA as a career back then. For ACCA student, my suggestion would be to focus not just on the educational part of the ACCA course, not just completing the exams, but also focused on the soft skills like time management, communication, leadership. So these are the skills that would be practically required in an work culture. So beside these soft skills, few skills that I especially emphasize in today's generation is the IT skills. That is a must. So a student needs to have that IT skills built in themselves during their educational progress with ACCA, so that once they go into a job, then they can imply those skills into their profession. So ACCA itself has started the computer-based exams to develop these word skills, PowerPoint, as well as these Excel skills into the students. So these are something students need to develop over the time. Besides that, the current learning of this Python and all those skills are quite relevant as well. So if students are able to add that to their feather, then that will definitely help. Next thing I'll focus on is the adaptability. So that's something students need to develop. They need to adapt to the current business market, current scenario, current context, and what's going around in the economic environment as well as in the organization. Then student needs to focus on continuous learning. So learning as an ACCA student, as a member, will never stop. So we need to regularly update ourselves, as well as student needs to develop the business acumen, business sense, how business operates. So that things would be critical. So for students that are taking the paper I teach over here, financial management as well as advanced financial management, I think my suggestion for them would be to first, they need to portray themselves in a strategic position. So they needs to think of that strategic level first. They need to portray themselves at that position, and then they can start to think what can be a good suggestion or good advice they as in financial management or a CFO of the organization can give to the company. Besides that, I think students need to develop a sense of understanding of what businesses are and what the business's objectives are. So that will definitely aid to their answering scheme in the exam. And I think financial management is all about common sense, putting that common sense into play and getting to the right decision as well as right advice to the organization. So I think students need to develop that business acumen as well as the common sense to ensure that what can practically work would definitely be the answer true for the exam papers as well. So my advice to the students to excel in these papers, financial management as well as advanced financial management, is first is time management, because in a real exam scenario, the time management is quite critical. So that's something student needs to practice over time. That's one thing I would need to advise. Then I think next thing is don't be discouraged by the setbacks. So setbacks, but So don't be discouraged by setbacks. So there might be some downfall throughout the exam context or throughout your study plan, but that's something we should take as a learning and evolve ourselves as a better student, as a better professional over time. Besides that, practicing is definitely a key for financial management papers. Practice has to be a very fundamental key. So I suggest student to first understand the concept. The concept has to be quite clear. Then only they can imply those concepts in a real life scenario. So reading the textbook as well as getting through the concept is quite critical. And once that is done, then implying them into a real exam scenario and practicing the kids' question are quite critical. And whenever you need support, I suggest you seek someone, help from someone. Don't sit back, don't remain shy and silent. Go to your teachers, go to your faculty, go to your seniors and ask for their support. So that is something I would suggest to the students.